This video is going to be about the fuel pump and the fuel filter from this Mercedes S-Class. So we're going to see how to test if the pump works. We're going to do a voltage drop test because the pump is located under the car, exposed to a lot of weather variables. And we will see how to remove and replace it. Now the best first thing to do is to check if we've got fuel pressure on the rail. Okay, so we've got here a Schrader valve. Let's open the cap. If you have a fuel pressure gauge connected here. So I've got the keys in the second position in the ignition, and I will try to command the fuel pump to start. Active test, fuel pump. Okay, I done that, and let's see. Okay, so it looks like the fuel pump can provide good pressure, 55 psi, it's a good healthy number. However, this doesn't mean that the fuel pump can keep up with the fuel consumption. And you could see that the needle rised quite slowly up. It was not a sudden increase in pressure. What you can do from this point, start the engine and increase the engine RPM, rev up the engine and see if the fuel pressure will dramatically decrease. Obviously this should not happen, and I'm not going to do this right now because I'm in a closed environment and I cannot afford to do that. So if, let's say, the fuel pressure will not increase or the pump doesn't even start, you cannot even hear it back there, then you'll have to investigate further. So let's do that right now. Now let's stop the fuel pump. And the fuel pressure decreased a little bit. That's okay. Now under the right rear passenger seat, you're gonna find the fuse box. And this is gonna be the fuse for the fuel pump. I will remove it because I will remove the pump as well. And down here in the middle is the fuel pump relay. So if you look under the rear left passenger seat, you're gonna find the fuel pump together with the fuel filter. Okay, I've got my voltmeter connected, and let's turn on the pump. And let's see, let's turn on the pump again. Okay, so we can see the car battery voltage there. Now let's turn it off. I'm going to keep connected one of the terminals here, and the other terminal of the voltmeter I will connect it to the car battery. It's a very important test to do, especially because I've seen less than 13 volts and right now the car battery is on charge. So there might be some power loss along the line. Okay, connected to the plus. Okay, so it looks like this blue wire is the positive and this is the negative. 0.4 volts dropped is on the limit of being too much. So if it's something above 0.5 volts, then you should inspect further this wiring. Especially here, it shouldn't be any rust. Now one trick you can do if you want to release the pressure from the system, take out the fuse for the fuel pump, start the car, and the engine will consume all the pressure. I will remove these zip ties. Okay, so we've got here this fuel filter, which looks like new. With a 7mm, let's disconnect the positive side. And on the negative, we've got a 8mm. Okay, so we've got this side which comes from the fuel tank. Okay, we've got this line obstructed and we need to obstruct this one as well. Okay, so I'm gonna have a recipient under here prepared. Now we can take out this hose clamp. Okay, this is one-time use. Okay, so we can spin it. Spin, spin. Okay. We've got the bracket, and usually you're gonna have a bolt in the middle here which will compress this and hold these two components on. Now let's take out the fuel filter as well. Have a look at that fuel line. That's extremely corroded. So this car will need at least new fuel lines. Okay. So from this point I'm going to be looking for a new fuel line because that one was impossible to run the car with. It's too dangerous and that one can leak at any time. Alright, so that was it about the fuel pump on this car. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Drive safe, take care, and I will see you in the next video.